Hey, hello again. I frequently ask people one question. It is about the method they use to achieve results. My question is not whether they achieve targets, that's different. My question is how they achieve those targets. I get some interesting answers. They're mostly things they're thinking up at that time instead of saying, I haven't thought about it. At other times, people talk about processes defined by corporate headquarters, but too often I feel they've not really bought into them. It's probably the biggest challenge in the world of business today. It's the clarity of knowing what to do and doing it. It's called execution. I want to talk about 4 things that are essential to creating a good execution model. They answer the question of how to achieve results repeatedly and reliably. They are enablement, focus, involvement, and discipline. If the role of the leader is to achieve results through his team, then he must enable them. The most important things to address are to have the right people in the right roles, an organization structure that aligns the team behind desired results, a system that rewards the right behaviors, adequate resources to get the job done, a process that allows for decisions to be made as close to the ground as possible, where the work really happens, and a set of processes that cover and connect most, if not all, the work that needs to be done. The second area is to have a sharp focus. In research I have seen and conducted, it's surprising that only 1 in 5 people can clearly articulate what their organization's number 1 goal is. You can try this. Walk down the corridor and ask the first 10 people you meet in your office. You should get one answer from all of them, but chances are you'll get a lot more than that. In fact, most people don't feel enthused by their teams or their own goals. When people don't feel connected to the goal, they don't feel ownership. No ownership, no results. That's why it's incredibly important to reiterate your organization's goal and your team's contribution to it for people to feel they're doing something of consequence. Leaders should do this regularly. There's no such thing as over-communication. By far, the most difficult thing I have experienced when working with teams is the ability of individuals to break their goals into actions that can be performed repeatedly and that are good predictors of achieving the result. This one action gets them involved in a significant way. Firstly, it gives them control because actions can be controlled but results can't. Second, it empowers them to decide what to do to achieve the result. Third, actions are short-term things and they can change course frequently. This works very well because you don't control extraneous factors that could impact your business. But when such factors do appear, you can change what you do nimbly and respond effectively. Fourth, results and feedback are immediate. These 4 things keep team members involved in the game. And just like in a game, you should get them to keep score. When scores move, there's progress and it impacts behavior. Lastly, the game must be played with some rules because rules ensure discipline. The rules need to be defined and followed with rigor every time and with everybody. It keeps people honest. Play the game with regularity. Weekly is best. And measure behavior. Most teams have a review process, but they usually review results. That's great because results tell you whether you're achieving your goals or not. But what they don't tell you is what work people are actually doing. Remember, you can't know what the result will be till the end, but you do know what your team members are doing to achieve it. If you keep that work predictive of achieving the goal, there's no reason why you won't achieve it. Almost every manager I meet feels they're great at execution. But each one of us has many examples of plans that met a premature end for the lack of focus. There is a way. There is a method.